guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to say thank you guys so much if you watched my first video and you left me like some really supportive feedback. I got a ton of like really nice people reaching out to me and saying that they're really excited for me and that you know, they're excited for the videos I'm gonna do, and it makes me feel really good. So if you watched my last video, thank you. Today we are gonna talk about my favorite topic, which is music and festivals, and in particular, what are my favorite festivals, if you're curious, because as I mentioned before, I go to a lot. This is just going to be sort of a brief overview of the festivals. If you hear one that you want to hear more about, or you want me to do an in-depth guide or how-to or things that I recommend, go ahead and leave me a comment and tell me that you want me to cover that festival, and I'd be more than happy to do so. And I have some visual aids today. These are some of my favorite artists on my computer. I get all my stickers from Redbubble, if you're curious. It's also where I got my phone case. I get questions about this literally all the time. Redbubble is my life. And I have my Hydro Flask as well, which is covered in stickers, because a good black Hydro Flask is nice, but a good black Hydro Flask covered in stickers is even better. Obviously, gotta rep Dirty Bird, like one of my favorite labels. The Birdhouse. Yeah, I'm always repping Dirty Bird. One thing you'll come to find out by following this channel and following me is that I wear hats fairly often, so you're gonna start seeing more of this going on. I look more like this in my daily life than I did in my first video, like my makeup all done and stuff. Usually just like hanging out at my house in a t-shirt and a hat. So we are gonna start with McDowell Mountain Music Festival. This festival takes place in the beginning of March every year, and one thing I love about McDowell Mountain is that it is a 100% charity-driven festival. So all the money that you pay for ticket sales goes completely to charity, 100%, and I love that. I love the message. And McDowell Mountain usually takes place in Phoenix, Arizona, so pretty much where I'm from. The first year I ever went was 2016, and Porter Robinson and Kid Cudi headlined, and that was really exciting for me because Porter Robinson is my favorite artist ever, and Kid Cudi was one of my favorites when I was a little bit younger in junior high, and so got to live my junior high dreams by seeing Kid Cudi that evening. The festival isn't really theme heavy. It's mostly just like your traditional festival, traditional food, but it does have this really interesting feel of people coming together to just like enjoy music. Not a lot of music festivals are very like music based anymore, which is kind of ironic, but a lot of people go just to like hang out with their friends, or they'll go to party. And one thing I love about McDowell Mountain is the feel of the festival is very like down to earth, just your general music loving hippies, and everybody's gathered in this beautiful park in Phoenix to see some super cool artists. The production is pretty standard, but they usually have like a pretty cool lineup. I know this year they have like Big Gigantic and Nick Murphy, formerly known as Chet Faker, headlining, as well as a few others, Miramasa and Washed Out, and a couple others that are some really, really cool names. So I'm pretty excited. If you're planning on going to McDowell, please let me know, because I will be going as well, and if you need a friend, we can totally dance together. So we're gonna move on to my second favorite festival ever, and my favorite festival of 2017, and this was Nocturnal Wonderland. So this is an Insomniac hosted event. Insomniac is a huge event company. They put on Electric Daisy Carnival in Vegas every year, as well as various other shows. Beyond Wonderland is the one in the spring. I'll actually be going to that in about 2 months. And Nocturnal Wonderland is the one in the fall that is like a sister festival. It takes place in September. This year it was the second weekend in September, and it is a sort of nocturnal Alice in Wonderland theme. So everything is very vibrant. It's all glow in the dark. And one thing I love about Insomniac festivals is they really invest in the theme. So everything from stage setup to food offered to performers, it's all thoroughly thought out so that you can get the coolest experience out of it. One thing I really loved is they have people like walking around on stilts, and they have these giant animals on sticks that people walk through the crowd carrying, and they're all glow in the dark, and everything is fluorescent and bright. And Nocturnal was one of my favorite festivals ever, and my favorite of 2017 for a couple reasons. First off, it was the first festival I'd ever camped at, which is really interesting because as someone who's been going to music festivals regularly for about 3 years, not camping at a festival before is like kind of strange. But I am the type of person who really likes having a hotel room and a shower and like a really comfortable bed to come home to. I'm kind of bougie, so I've never done the whole camping thing before, but all my friends were camping, and I thought, what a great place to try it out, because camping can be super fun with your friends as long as you're like adequately prepared, because if you're not, it can be a completely miserable experience. I just felt like the energy was amazing. There are some festivals you go to where the artist might be really amazing or the theme is really amazing, but the energy is kind of strange. Like, you don't really like get along with the crowd. It's kind of a bad crowd, and I felt like Nocturnal was just an absolutely amazing festival. I bragged about it to everybody. I talked about it for like weeks after I came home. 100% be going again in 2018. and I'm excited to see the artists that they bring this year. And so we're gonna cruise right along to my favorite of the 3 festivals I'm gonna talk about today, and surprise, surprise, it's a big one. It is Coachella Music Festival in Indio, California. If you know anything about music, you've probably heard about Coachella, and it happens in April of every year. There are 2 weekends. The lineup is the same both weekends, but Coachella means the world to me, and this is gonna sound really cheesy, but I'm gonna go on like a little mini rant. A lot of times people are discouraged from going to festivals or shows for certain artists because they hear a lot of things about it, and they hear all these other people's experiences, and they think, I don't really know if I'm gonna enjoy that. That doesn't really seem like my scene, but they're, you know, they don't go out and try it themselves. The one thing that I get kind of sad about is all the people that I know that I feel like would really appreciate Coachella for what it is, which at its core is this amazing music and arts experience. They're hesitant to go because they think it's mostly like sorority girls taking pictures or celebrities, and people aren't really there to enjoy music, and they don't think they're gonna enjoy it, when in actuality the festival is so different from how everybody describes it. And my experience was very profound. So I actually went to Coachella for the first time in 2015. It was my senior year of high school. It was actually the weekend after my senior prom, and I saved up for an entire year to be able to go. And so obviously the experience meant a lot to me because I had anticipated it for so long, and I had really like saved up a lot of money to go, and I was really excited. It was my first major music festival, and it was a completely different experience from anything I'd ever had before. The only like real music festival I'd been to before that was Warped Tour, because I was like a big pop punk fan when I was in high school, and so obviously Coachella is like a whole other realm. And I didn't really care much for like fashion. I think I literally wore like orange Nike Pros and a black tank top one day because I just wanted to be comfortable, and that's just like the kind of person that I am. One thing that I really love about Coachella is it not only meets expectations in every category for a festival, it exceeds them. So in terms of food, art, music, the artists that actually play, the stage setup, the production, everything is just here and then like personified. Most of the time when you have like an amazing experience, you like for some reason don't appreciate it until a few days later, and you look back and you're like, oh my god, that was like such an incredible experience, and you look at it in hindsight. But it's very difficult in the moment to be able to say, oh my god, I'm having this amazing experience, and I'm like really grateful and appreciative that I'm having it. And I had that moment, and that was really cool for me because I'd never been able to do that before. And being in the moment while I was there, I could go on about this forever. I would love to make an in-depth Coachella experience and how-to video. If you're interested in seeing that, I can 100% do one because it is my favorite festival ever. I brag about it to everybody, and I will go until I literally have no money in my bank account and, you know, I'm like on my deathbed. I love to look back and just be able to know that I had that experience and that I was blessed enough to be able to do that, and then to be able to do it for a second year. And now I skipped 2017, but 2018 will be my 3rd year attending Coachella, and I just feel so grateful and so blessed to be able to do that. Being at festivals and listening to music, my favorite artists with my friends, there's no better, more freeing, more like heart, I don't know, loving experience I could ask for. And I know that not everybody gets that, or they like going to concerts, but it's not like their whole life. And I will continue to spend all of my free money and all of my free time traveling for music until the day that I literally can't do it anymore. So those are my 3 favorite festivals as of right now, January 2018. And I say that because I'm going to a bunch of new festivals this year. I will be going to Beyond Wonderland in March, Paradiso in June. I'll be going back to Coachella, thank God. I'm hoping to do some new festivals in the fall, and basically every year my perception changes of my favorite festivals. So ask me again in December and we'll see if I've added any to the list. With that, I will see you guys in my next video. Like I said, if you want me to do a more in-depth description or like a how-to, some tips and tricks, a guide, whatever, to any of these festivals or any other festivals, because I've been to like a lot others than this, go ahead and leave me a comment. I can do anything. I love talking about music and I can do it all day. So like I said in my last video, I am just incredibly grateful that you guys are tuning into my channel. I have so much fun filming these videos and getting to share what I love and my experiences, and anything that you guys want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment and I would be happy to do a video about it. So with that, I am peacing out, and I hope to see you guys at one of the festivals that I talked about this upcoming year. Bye-bye.